How could Bitcoin, a digital asset, potentially replace our existing monetary system?
Well, a key difference is Bitcoin's fixed supply. There will only ever be 21 million coins. This hard cap, along with its predictable issuance schedule, is similar to how precious metals like gold were used historically. This creates scarcity and a predictable disinflationary environment, unlike fiat currencies that can be inflated by central banks.
So, you're saying it's about controlling inflation?
Partially. It's also about decentralization. Bitcoin operates on a public blockchain, meaning no single entity controls it. This eliminates the need for intermediaries like central banks for validating transactions. Everything is transparently recorded, reducing the potential for manipulation.
That sounds quite different from how things operate now. How would this affect institutions like the Federal Reserve?
That's a crucial point. Their role would drastically change. Currently, the Fed influences the money supply and interest rates through various tools. In a Bitcoin-based system, these tools would become largely irrelevant. Open market operations, reserve requirements, they wouldn't have the same effect.
So they'd lose their control over monetary policy?
Precisely. They'd also lose seigniorage, the revenue they generate from printing money. Their focus might shift towards regulating the Bitcoin market, ensuring consumer protection and preventing fraud.
That's a significant shift.
But Bitcoin is known for its volatility.
How could an economy function on something so unstable?
That's a major challenge. Bitcoin's price fluctuations are a serious concern. Mechanisms to mitigate this volatility would be essential. Perhaps stablecoins pegged to Bitcoin or other strategies could be explored.
And what about the technological aspect? Can Bitcoin handle the volume of transactions a global economy requires?
Scalability is another hurdle. Bitcoin's current transaction capacity is limited. Scaling solutions, like the Lightning Network, are being developed, but they need further refinement and adoption to handle widespread use.
What other challenges do you foresee?
Security is paramount. While the Bitcoin network itself is secure, exchanges and individual wallets are vulnerable. We'd need robust security measures to protect users. Then there's the energy consumption of Bitcoin mining. Sustainable mining practices are vital. And finally, the geopolitical implications. A global Bitcoin standard could shift economic power away from nations with dominant fiat currencies.
So it's not a simple switch.
Absolutely not. It's a complex and potentially destabilizing process. We would need a carefully planned transition, possibly with pilot programs and international cooperation. It's not something that could happen overnight.
What would be the biggest benefit in your opinion?
Potentially, a more transparent, predictable, and decentralized financial system, one that's less susceptible to manipulation and inflation. But we need to seriously address the challenges we've discussed.
This has been a fascinating discussion. Thank you for your insights, Masta Ether.
Thank you for having me.